Hello, everybody, and welcome once again to Live from Beyond. This is the fifth episode of Trail of Cthulhu, Gulf of Siam. It's October 17th, 2017, and hope you guys are ready for some horror. I'm Kevin. I'll be GMing once again tonight, and these guys are the players. Go ahead.
My name is Kim. We're once again playing Nicholas Saliba, the criminal, and the only one keeping it together of the three of us right now, I think.
Fair.
Hello, my name is Dave. I am playing Jacob Rosbach, clergyman, who is slowly slipping off the rails of sanity, as it were.
Slowly.
And, hopefully, we'll find out
slow about it.
What happens.
Yeah.
It could be an exciting episode.
Well, there goes my whole shtick I was about to do about how
Oh yeah, you messed it up, Dave.
you're really quickly going off the rails. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Hello, I'm Nick, and I'm playing Janet Winston Rogers, the wealthy and well-educated, especially in terms of the occult, New York, I think, socialite, who is kind of running this whole show and watching this whole show go very quickly off the rails.
Fair enough. Okay. Well, just to bring anybody who's not up to speed, you guys are on an island in the Gulf of Siam, hence the name, named Kokruk Island. You came here following some leads and have since found, I don't know, what have you guys found?
Pitchforks?
Other than things with mouths and places where they shouldn't have mouths?
Yeah, well, including that.
Well, a lot of that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Fair
Snakes,
enough.
I mean,
bodies.
we found some sheds and some bones.
Right.
We
A shed
found
with a
some
pitchfork, a shed with some bones. That it.
Right. So, as last I remember, Nicola has a wound, which he may have some concerns about. It may or may not have been dosed with pure evil.
I'm confident it'll go away on its own.
Okay.
If we
fair
just
enough.
ignore this long enough.
Janet Winston Rogers, I believe this is her first foray from the academic sense of the pursuit of unearthly horror to the actual thing, and Jacob Rosbach, like we said, things are quickly going off the rails. So we will start with that. The camera, if I may use it, slowly pans out as a droplet of water hits the ground, zooms upwards to show the sweating hand of Jacob Rosbach shaking as he holds a gun out into the darkness of the mansion's foyer. The hushed voices just beyond peering through the darkness towards you. What do you guys had the light source, by the way? I assume it's off at this point.
I believe I had it, but I had turned it off.
We turned it off.
I think we turned it off when we got into the ballroom, and you said that, like, basically we could pretty much see these guys outside, and if they turned around, they'd probably be able to, like, see a woman standing with a flashlight. So
Yeah, so you stand to the right. So there's a grand staircase in the front of this mansion, and to the right, basically on either side, there are hallways that seem to go through directly to the ballroom. At the front of the ballroom, you can hear some hushed voices from the people you saw outside, and just as Nicola has snuck back from his quick trip into the ballroom to try to grab something from the luggage of the people you saw outside.
I did grab something.
You did.
That's
You
true.
did indeed grab something. Anyways, you've returned back, and Jacob stands there, gun outstretched, sweating. What are the rest of you guys doing?
I mean, Janet Winston Rogers is also a bit sweaty.
Good to
Fair
know.
enough.
Yeah.
Well,
So
I don't know if they had secret back then because it was made for women.
I believe where we left it, kind of, sort of, is that I had made it back, and the the other people, I grabbed this letter and tried to sneak back to where Jacob and Janet were hiding, and I might have made some kind of noise, and there was some question as to whether the other group had heard it.
So
And
yeah,
I guess,
so you guys are straining against the darkness. You can see the figures on the far side, just barely outlined. There's the windows behind them in the basically early night. There's just enough light that you can see their silhouettes, and everyone is sort of frozen as Jacob teeters on the edge.
Right. So somebody, to Nicola's point, right? Somebody shouted out like, "Hey, did you guys hear that?" or something like that.
Yeah. So right. So they came in through the doors on the far side, and just as Nicola rounded the corner, you hear echoing across the ballroom. It whispered, "Did you hear that?"
so yeah, I guess I kind of get back to the.
Hear what?
Sorry, I'm trying to find my character sheet here. So I kind of round the corner, pillar, whatever it is, to get into the foyer, and see Jacob, sweaty hand clenched around his pistol, and he looks like he might not keep his cool, so I'm gonna try to kind of reach out and motion for him to back off. Don't want to say anything because don't want to create too much sound. Also, I'm out of stealth points, so
Well, I'm right next to Jacob, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I see Nicola make his completely silent gestures.
Get the fuck back here, you idiots!
Yeah, and I reach up and try and gently lay my hand on Jacob's arm.
Okay.
And guide his weapon hand downwards and pull him away.
Okay. Jacob.
Jacob.
When Janet's arm reaches out to touch Jacob's arm that's holding the gun, Jacob kind of freaks out and pulls the trigger.
All right, I was hoping that was going to be the.
All right.
So I'm sorry, Dave. Can we revisit the slowly going off the rails thing? I just want to be clear.
Let's speed it right up.
Yeah. I just want to be clear. Okay.
Well, so as soon as he pulls the trigger, I think Nicola will scramble for his pistol because presumably we're gonna get into a full-on firefight.
Sure. Well, so I do have a question. Did you guys give Jacob a loaded gun?
That's a loaded question.
Good question. Who gave me the gun? I have the gun. Was this a gun that I had from last season? I don't know.
Is
we had kind of picked up
Nicola gave you a gun last session, handed you a gun last session, and told.
I think we probably gave him a gun before we even got on the boat to Kokrook, right? We had 18 guns.
We had kind of amassed a collection of pistols, I believe.
No, but I think last session I remember Nicola remember when you snuck out in the back of the yard? I think you specifically gave Jacob a pistol and told him
he did, yeah, because he was covered.
Sure, okay, yeah. I there's no reason I would have given him an unloaded pistol. Jacob is a man of the cloth. He's supposed to be able to keep his cool, and Nicola obviously thought that he was gonna not just start shooting the pistol off at the drop of a hat. So,
and I must say, I just checked on Roll20, and it clearly told me that yes, we gave him a loaded pistol.
All right, sure. All right. So Jacob, give me a firearms check.
Let's see. So
I mean, I wouldn't necessarily advise using
Should
any
we
points of your
establish what he's
firearms.
shooting at first, or is that kind of
yeah, I
irrelevant
guess
at this
so.
point?
In my head, I had thought that Jacob had the gun kind of pointed towards the dark where the people had come in. But are we actually in the ballroom? I'm not sure where we
No,
were.
so you're sort of standing in the entranceway to the ballroom, right? There's like sort of an arch, a small, very short hallway archway between the foyer and the ballroom.
Yeah, I mean, I think Jacob was kind of pointing the gun towards the direction that Kim or that Nicola had been coming from, where the people, the guys that were outside have been coming inside.
Sure.
So firearms roll. I don't have any points in weapons or anything. Is it just a normal 1d6?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can just roll them.
Oh, I wouldn't even use your points anyway, because
I don't have any.
just pulling a trigger, man.
Just shooting into the dark
You're
anyway.
not even trying to hit anything. Just pull it.
He's a natural.
All right. All right. So, bang! The gun goes off.
Janet screams.
Sure. No problem. Nicola, what are you doing? You said you're like pulling back around the corner? Nicola?
Oh, well, yeah, I was... Nicola was kind of gonna try to pull Jacob back, and then he saw, I guess, Janet reach out, and he was hoping that would work, and then when it goes off, yeah, I guess he, like, immediately scrambles for, I don't know, a pistol of his own, trying to, like, also gauge whether Jacob has hit anything, and what the reaction of the people in the ballroom are.
Okay, yeah. So the people in the ballroom like immediately like rush back for the door, like crouching as they go. It doesn't appear that Jacob has hit anything. And you can see people scrambling outside, but again, like it's very dark.
Okay.
It's pretty hard to see.
Yeah, so I guess Nicola will produce a pistol of his own, which I assume if we have enough that I have one.
Yeah.
And kind of using the edge of this archway as cover, he's kind of pointing the gun back over across the ballroom towards the door leading outside to see if anybody's coming back in. Meanwhile, thinking about that guy with the giant elephant gun and what might happen.
Okay, yeah, no problem.
Kind of whispers over to he'll whisper over to Jacob, like, why did you do that?
So upon the gun going off, the loud bang and the commotion kind of snaps Jacob back into a bit more of a reality that what passes for reality these days. And he kind of rushes and presses himself up against the wall leading into the ballroom and curses under his breath. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, guys. That I lost control. There are people out there. They're coming for us.
Well, it's too late now. Just take cover. So, what are the people doing? They're all just like scrambling back outside.
Yeah, so you see, it's hard to make out as it's pretty dark. But from what you can see, it looks like one of them dives behind like some of the patio furniture. They seem to try to get clear of the line of fire pretty quickly. So after a moment, you can't really see anybody visibly, right? Like,
okay, yeah. Nicola will kind of whisper again over at Janet and say, "What now?" Say, choke down that pizza and tell us what to do, Janet.
That's like a really good question. No, I'm not even the food. I just don't know how to fucking answer that question. What now? Like,
You're the leader. Lead us. Go.
Wait a second.
We're getting money. You're
All of that when the chips are down and the psycho clergyman is just like firing a pistol into an empty ballroom in a ridiculous, creepy mansion in the middle of some kind of Siamese island of horrors.
Yeah, you got it.
Now I'm the boss and I get to tell you what to do.
Yeah, that's right.
You seem to have a fairly firm grasp of the situation we're in, as per your description. So yeah.
So I'm sorry, Jacob. Did you move after this?
Yes, I kind of ran, like a little bit and pushed, like pressed up against the wall of, or like whatever that doorway is leading into the ballroom. So I'm in the foyer, right against the wall, next to the door that goes into the ballroom.
Janet will strongly resist the urge to slap you.
Do I still get paid on Friday, or
I need an advance if you don't mind.
Yeah.
So Janet realizes that the jig is up here. Like this is not gonna it's not gonna be like some you just like cover that up and it was a sneeze.
Sure. Yeah. No, it's that's not.
So she just yells, "Get out!" and she like heads for the front of the mansion.
Okay.
All right, Nicola, little I guess surprised, will back up towards the whatever exit that Janet is running towards, and kind of I guess motioning for Jacob to like come with.
Okay. Jacob will follow and kind of cast frequent glances behind him, feeling watched and followed.
So as Janet, as you step back out into the foyer on the second floor, on sort of along the railing, you can see a woman standing there, in a sort of like a long dress. She's the light is dim inside the mansion, but clearly she has white hair. Seems similar to the woman you saw before.
So it's the same woman.
Could be.
It's her.
Fucking hedging.
Is anybody really the same person from moment to moment?
Let's not get into it.
I hate you. I mean, if you're not, I hate all moment versions of you right now.
So wait, what is Janet doing?
Yeah, so you're saying I'm like running towards the doorway, but there's a stairwell.
So you run towards the doorway. So you're sort of your back is to the stairway, but as you like reach the door, you sort of look back at your companions and you see this woman standing at the top of the stairs.
What's she doing?
She's not doing anything really. She's just standing there with both her hands on the railing.
So I need to take myself out of time for a moment. The camera freezes.
Okay.
And I'm going to ask.
You're wondering how I wound up like this.
Out of time.
Yeah, that'd be great. No, I'm going to ask Nicola and Jacob because I kind of tried to ask this last time, but I didn't articulate it well enough. I don't actually know what we thought we were going to do if we like met this woman, and I'm curious what our plan was.
What do you think you're here? You're the leader. You're supposed to have a plan.
But did we have any reason for coming to this island other than we thought there'd be more occult people here?
Well, I guess Jacob's, kind of base plan in a lot of these situations is to find out more about Nectar and the ability to potentially cure his daughter. And so any situation like this for Jacob would be kind of maybe trying to interrogate this lady, finding out if she has this information, or who would.
Okay. And as far as we heard last time, these guys that Jacob just accidentally shot at work for Sirican?
I think that's a fairly reasonable assumption, yeah.
All right. Janet Winston Rogers winks at the camera before it unfreezes, and then bounds up the stairs and holds a gun to this woman's head.
Okay. So she clearly like hears you walking up the stairs.
Bounding.
Yeah. So as you begin to ascend the stairs, she like not hurriedly, but like begins to walk in a, sort of down the hall.
All right. I
Like
mean,
catch
can I
up to her.
catch her?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So you catch her as yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I guess if Nicholas sees Janet like run up the stairs, he will follow.
Okay.
Yeah, Jacob,
I guess-
Jacob run after this lady too.
I don't know if we are like close enough to Janet that we saw the woman, but I guess right now we're just following Janet wherever she goes.
Okay, sure. Janet, you catch up to her just as she's entering what appears to be a small personal library, and you sort of stick your gun up against her head.
Yeah, I do. And I say, don't move. It's a classic, right?
She doesn't seem to understand. As you sort of stick your gun up against her head, she doesn't seem to like look at you or do anything. She sort of
Does
like
she stop moving?
no, not really.
Not
She
really.
she sort of like turns generally in your direction and says something in
Thai.
Thai.
Well, that is interesting that she would do that.
So are we up to the situation? Like, is Jacob there to hear what she says?
So Jacob, you're going upstairs as well?
Yes, I'm following Nicola, following Janet.
I think
Okay.
everybody's upstairs.
Okay, great. Okay, cool. Sure. What do you? So Janet. So she doesn't seem to really react too much. She like clearly has like understands that there's another person here, but does not react to the gun in any way. Doesn't react to your words in any particular way.
Do I see Jacob coming?
She says something back to you, but you can't really make it out. And she continues to cross the room of the library and sit in a chair.
Do I see Jacob coming? Right.
Yeah. So Jacob comes in.
All right, fine. I'm gonna like follow her to. Oh, so she's sitting in that like sweet head chair.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna follow her over, and stand on the far side of her, like in the corner of the shelves, and point my gun at her and say, Jacob, tell her what's up.
I guess Nicola will, by the way, will kind of nervously cover the exit / staircase, expecting the group of people and their large guns to come charging at us.
Sure.
Say, we don't have a lot of time.
So, can you make a stealth roll, Jacob? Or sorry, Nicola?
I can, but I will remind everybody what I said about my stealth points.
They're numerous and plentiful.
3. Okay, so I will say this: as you sort of, you don't really have a view of the ballroom.
No, I guess I'm just kind of, I don't know, keeping my gun pointed at the staircase.
Okay. All right. So, like, an eerie silence falls upon the the first floor of the mansion. You sit there like straining your ears out against the darkness, and you can hear the sounds of the jungle, but precious little else to signal you from where or when the inevitable pursuit will come. All right. So, Jacob. You see this woman. She's got white hair. She's wearing a red tie, traditional dress. She's obviously quite elderly. You had to guess probably 80 or 90 years old at least. What are you doing?
So Jacob also has his gun out, pointed at the lady, a little bit further away from her than Janet is, but he's got his gun pointed at her and says in Thai, "Who are you, and what the hell is this place?"
She looks at you, sort of a strange expression crossing her face, and she says, "I'm Ravi. This is my home."
Who are the men that are downstairs?
She sort of like half rolls her eyes. She says, "Friends of my daughters, I gather." I'm doing a very good old lady voice, but I'll try.
Is your daughter the one they call Savitri?
Savitri. Yes, that is what I named her.
So wait, that's what you named her, but that's not what people call her?
She doesn't understand English.
Are you the one they call the Huntress?
She laughs. The Huntress. She sort of lays her hands out, palms up on the table. She says, "Do these look like the hands of a huntress?"
Say yes.
She doesn't understand English.
I'm telling Jacob to say yes.
I have seen many things these past days that do not appear to be what they are.
She says, I wish I could say the same.
I get it because she's blind. That's a good one.
She is blind, yes. She says, "Seem to have made quite a ruckus downstairs. I gather you're not friends of Savitri as well."
No, we are not. We are here in order to put a stop to the things your daughter has done.
She laughs. She says, "Put a stop. They've been done long ago. What exactly it is you hope to gain? Is it you hope to gain?"
I don't know, you got any money lying around? Like,
so
You got any cure for those mouth things? Just asking for a friend.
So Janet, you notice as you're sitting there that the table of the library is covered in books and notes.
yeah, I was gonna ask, like, what the hell's all this literature in here?
Yeah. So clearly this library is filled with books that are of what's the word? Occult sort.
Occult nature. Yeah.
And there seem to be several notebooks filled with diagrams, and there's a couple pages open. But yeah. Okay. And so Dave, what were you saying to her?
I want to ask, how much do you know about your daughter's work?
She looks. She says, "Since you are no friends of my daughter's, why should I tell you?"
Because we will kill you if you don't.
So, at this point, I want to interject both in and out of game with the fact that Jacob and this old woman have just been screaming Thai at each other for the last 30 seconds, and Janet's like, "Jacob, what the fuck is going on?
Fair.
Is it Sirikan or not?"
She says that she is this Savitri's mother, and that the people downstairs are friends of her daughter, and this is her house.
Say, my God, her mother. Why, we didn't prepare for that at all. Where is her daughter?
I'll ask her where her daughter is.
She kind of tilts her head upwards and she says, "I fear she's very close."
What did she say?
She says,
Jacob, a look of terror has just come across your face. What is it?
She is saying some mystical crap about she fears that she is close.
Say, well, let's just blow her brains out and be done with it then.
Not quite yet. I need to know if she knows more about nectar or not.
So you ask her.
Yes, I ask her if she knows about nectar.
Are you using, any points or anything, or
Let me take a peek.
that's going to be not
Well,
to,
actually,
not to spoil
I
things, that's be key here.
I can't use investigative points, right?
That's
Oh,
correct.
that's right. Yeah, you are.
You can't use investigative points.
So I probably don't have anything.
I'm probably just fucked. I mean, it doesn't matter if you do have anything. It's kind of the point.
Yeah, no,
Doesn't matter.
yeah, I don't.
All right.
It's not-
Ask her if she speaks English.
Apparently, she doesn't.
Apparently, she doesn't. Sure.
Here,
Okay,
what,
yeah.
what about this? What about this? All right. So, Nicola gets tired, and he walks over to the woman, swings his pistol around, putting it to her, pointing it right between her eyes. Looks at Jacob and say, "Make her tell us how we fix this." And he kind of rips his shirt open and shows his gaping wound. I'll spend a point of intimidation.
Well, she's
it's
blind,
safer
so I don't
point
know if
because
it's
she's
gonna-
blind. She
Yeah.
can't see any of this.
Although you're kind of in the same thought as me because when
I'll
wanted to know if she knew
I'll
more about
press the
Nick.
barrel of the gun up against her face. There you go.
Okay.
Unless she can't
How
feel.
gaping is this move right now?
I recommend you split the difference and you just press your chest up against her face and see if she's nectar.
Okay. Chat says, rub her face in the wound. Yeah, there we go.
Say thank you, chat.
I don't want to.
You're in
well,
agreement.
this is a family show, so
It's not even
guys,
honestly a family show.
we've become what we beheld.
all right. So she reaches up to push the gun away, and she says, "Death." She says to Jacob, "Death holds no fear for me. I've lived on this island long enough."
So,
I'm out of ideas.
yeah, I guess. What was Kim's or Nicola's wound conveyed? What happened?
No, not really. I guess there might be a way, but
Okay, but did
Do
she?
we-
So
Please don't
I
make
asked
us rub her face in
about-
the wound.
Yeah, I asked her about nectar. Does she know about nectar?
No, she says, I'm unsure of this nectar. Is something my daughter has told you of?
Do the books and notes is it stuff that we know of?
Sure. So, there are many books. Yeah. So yes, there are books that you recognize. You spot the title "Revelations of Glaaki," Glaaki, which I thought you had, but maybe you don't. Anyways, you've definitely
I
heard
don't
of it.
remember that.
I don't remember, but we have come across so many books now that it's possible that it was mentioned.
But I will say the if you want to sort through this, it would take either some expertise in the subject or some time.
Well,
What if, since we're in a library, we're
Uh-huh.
going to use library use?
Well,
would
that's a
hope-
good idea. That would count as expertise. So spend your point of library use.
Oh, well, I can't. I'm just hoping that Nicola can, because I also
no,
can't.
I
use
don't
any
have
of
library use.
Well, then, you know what? I
No,
think
well,
it was just a good idea.
I mean, I'll just I'll look at Jacob and I'll like hold up the book and I say like, if she doesn't know what is this. Expecting
okay,
Jacob
so
to ask her.
sure. I'll ask her. Can you tell us about the books that you have here?
Um, she goes.
Also, Janet like tries to use her library use, but she just like picks up a book and like holds it like vertically and starts reading it from like the back cover. She's
Like
just obviously
I'm
really
fucking
confused.
blind. No, I don't know about these books.
All right. She says, I've come to understand this is quite an impressive library. Savitri has gone very far to pursue her obsession.
Where is she?
She fears
I mean-
she's close.
Yeah, that is what she said.
Jacob will say, are you? I keep wanting to ask her if she's seeing things. Like, God, ugh.
The
Maybe,
things she's seen.
wait, that's not, she may not always have been blind. You could be
Is
like,
she in the
you ever
house?
see
Just
that
ask
film?
her. Like, is she close because she's like 2 doors down, like taking a nap?
because like that's her behind you.
You know, Jacob will say, maybe you do not care about dying anymore, but perhaps you still care for your daughter. Call her here now, and we may save her life.
She shakes her head and she says, you think I've survived this many years by calling Savitri's attention to myself? What do you think the other inhabitants of this island went?
We don't know. I mean, I have no idea what you're saying. So
We have seen the people in the pits. I would not be surprised if that fate befell many.
She says, I assure
wait,
you,
did
they are not
Jacob
the
just coin the
island's
phrase?
original inhabitants.
But people in the pits?
I mean, did you just like coin the phrase for like having a bad day?
Oh.
Stays like in the pits, man.
Sorry, what did she say?
She says, I assure you, anyone you've seen is not an original inhabitant of this island, not of the clan Sirakan.
Ask her if she is an original inhabitant.
Were you an original inhabitant of this land?
She says, I was born here. Now,
This woman won't give us any fucking straight answers.
but that's pretty straight.
Yeah, about as straight as like, is your daughter Sirikan? She's like, well, that's what I named her. Fuck you, old lady.
All right, fine. Saying she was born here does kind of like solidify that she was an original inhabitant. You know, it's kind of as okay. Anyways,
Ask her where Sirkan's room is. Where does she like sleep?
Jacob-
Just stay in this
Jacob
house?
she says, as far as she can tell, Sirakan sleeps in the jungle. She sometimes comes here to study, often.
Does she study in this library, or is there another room?
She shakes her head. She says, "No, this room."
We'll just wait for her here.
Perhaps that is the best.
Okay.
Right,
That is the
you guys have any other questions? I'm running at it.
I mean,
Unless, are we gonna like hold this woman hostage?
can I just ask? I mean, we've clearly been talking to her for a couple of minutes. Are there any like people shooting at us or noises from the stairs or anything like that?
You can make a stealth roll.
I mean, I can't, but also, oh, I guess I could. But also,
Not general ability.
I'm not worried about them. I'm not like stopping them from being here. I'm just curious about what's going on.
Sure, but right. So, remember, in Trail, an ability also like can act as its opposite, right?
Oh,
so
okay.
if you want to detect stealth, you can make a stealth roll.
So are we still at the point where like if you don't have a rating in something, you take a penalty? Is that our thing these days?
Yeah. If you don't have a general ability, you take -1.
I got a
Yeah.
4.
Okay. Great.
That
So
was a pretty good roll.
So you sort of like glance back out the door, and you notice someone like sort of creeping. You notice their shadow kind of creeping past one of the windows at the front of the house, like slowly.
Outside?
Yep,
Not
Does
out
it
in the
look like a
hallway,
tiger?
outside of the house.
outside of the house. Yeah.
Does it look like a tiger?
We're on the
No.
second floor, right?
Yeah. So Janet, I assume, just like glances back out the hall. So this
Yeah,
room is not
basically.
very far from the stairwell. If you're standing in the doorway, you can see into the foyer.
That's what I do. I glance out. I see a shadow. I say, I don't know what you guys are talking about, but it's possible her daughter has arrived.
Where is she?
So
Janet points like super dramatically, and she's like, "There."
okay.
So I don't know.
So what do you guys do?
What do we tell her? Are we holding the old woman hostage? She doesn't really seem to care about her life.
Maybe her daughter cares. I
No,
mean,
but-
she
yeah,
says that
maybe
she's
her
like
daughter-
alive because she flew under the radar, but if her daughter wanted her dead, she'd probably be dead. Maybe she wants her alive.
I imagine so.
I think it is in our best interest to use her to our advantage.
It's a human shield.
Well, I mean, that was implied.
If necessary.
So she says to you, Jacob, she says, and what have you come here for? You come seeking a swift death?
No, I have come here for knowledge. I come to try and save my daughter. She is very sick because of things that your daughter has done, that the people your daughter works for has done.
She shrugs. She says, I have suffered as much as any from from Savitree's actions. But perhaps we could help each other.
What do you offer?
She shrugs. She says, I have little, but I can tell you what I know if you'll get me off this island.
Why didn't you just say so in the first place? We've been asking you what you know forever. Yeah, we'll totally like,
Yeah.
you know, when Jacob relays that offer to us, we will totally.
relate that to the crew.
Janet's like, "Fuck yeah, we've been trying
can-
to ask her questions for 10 minutes."
If we get off the island, sure, she can come with.
Yeah, I was gonna make that point as well. You can promise her we'll get her off, but like, we might not be making it out of here alive. So you know.
Jacob says, I accept your offer as a man of the cloth. I promise you that if we are able to get off this island, we will take you with us.
She gives you a practiced smile and says, I hope we both should live that long.
And then
You
she
seem
tells
impressed by his
us.
clergyman status.
Yeah.
Now, how do we kill your daughter?
You can tell us.
Tell you. So she says, what can I tell you? What do you need to know?
You tell us what you can tell. You just said what little information I have to share. I will share with you. So like, lay it all out there,
Any
lady.
questions?
Is your daughter bigger than a bread box?
Well, she's blind, so it's been a
She
while.
wouldn't know.
Is she a tiger?
Again, not really sure what a tiger is. No,
I just think it's blind people don't know what tigers are.
What area of expertise? Wherein does your knowledge lie? What do you have information about?
She says, I have lived here for many years under Savitree's shadow.
She's
She,
definitely bigger than a bread box then.
She thinks me unawares of what has transpired here, but
Which is
Tell us more about what your daughter has done. What has she been up to?
well, what she has done, she has slaughtered our clan, of course. The people who lived here.
For what purpose?
For what?
She shakes her head. She says, "What purpose could such a thing have?"
You tell us.
So she doesn't know.
Yeah.
Why would one slaughter all of one's family?
well, like
when she came back from California, she arrived back here, and slowly people started going on extended leaves, trips to the mainland. She called them, but I knew what was happening.
when was this?
Took a number of years. By the end, those who could fled tried to, but within 4 or 5 years of her return home,
When
I believe the year was 1927 when the last of my clan fell.
So, I know I don't have library use, but like, I got eyes, unlike this poor lady.
So I mean, I think
I mean, there's something specific I'm looking for is the thing. So I don't know if that can cut down on the time or the need to use a lot of skills, but like,
sure. So I will let you make a stability roll in order to use one of your investigative points if you want.
so if I pass the stability roll
You can use a point.
and if I fail, I just lose more stability.
No, I don't. You probably. I mean, I don't want to make you lose.
All right. Damn, why did I get that 6 before?
And you
Now
can spend stability if you want.
Well, but that's the point. I don't have any. That's why I can't use points.
Oh,
That's...
you can spend negative
Okay. All right, that's true.
if you want.
I mean, I don't. I mean, I kind of do, but
All right.
I don't know. Whatever. I got a 6 before. It means I'll probably get a 1 now. See what happens. That's 2.
Okay. Fair enough.
That didn't work.
Okay, so you begin like trying to trying to read through these notebooks. But I'll give you something. I'll give you something.
So I mean, if it the purpose is like I'm looking for the reports that we were discussing last time should have been sent to this library. So in other words, like if it makes any difference, I'm probably ignoring like actual books or even like single pieces of paper. I'm looking for like older notebook kind of things.
Right. All right. So
Look at the. I mean, like this seems like the wrong time. Like
Well, we might have to like run out of here, and this is the only place we've heard of that has these reports. So, like,
but like, should we read the letter that Nicola brought, or like, is that just? I mean, I don't know. We're kind of in the middle of an interrogation, so I'm not sure if that's on people's
all right. So
mind.
you begin like rifling through the papers on the table, Janet. But I'll give you something because you're a good sport. You should have a
don't lie to me.
a clue under the Bangkok section.
Oh, I love those.
All right. What are the rest of you guys doing? So, Jacob, you were continuing to converse, or
I'll say. So, in addition to wiping out your gene pool, what else has your daughter done? Is there more that you can tell us?
She says she spends her time prowling the jungle and coming back here to conduct some sort of research.
Tigers prowl.
She's deeply obsessed with something, although I of course cannot tell what.
Anything could be helpful to us. Is there anything you have overheard while she has been in the house? Any tidbits that do not make sense to you, but to us perhaps would make more sense?
She shakes her head. She says, like I said, I've only survived by convincing Savage that I am unaware of what's going on, and I've lost my mind. I talk to my other daughters, and sometimes the other servants, as if they're here.
Are there any secret passageways in this house that you know of?
Um, she she looks at you and she says, interesting that you should mention it. Yes, there are, though only I and Savitry have ever used it, and it has been many years.
Where is this passage?
He says, down the hall in a bedroom.
Which bed?
She says, I can show you if you need.
Not as of yet, but perhaps this would come in handy soon.
Where does it lead?
Your doom.
To the basement.
Obviously. You know, every basement we go into is full of like tentacle monsters. So
Just get the dynamite and get this over with.
yeah, which one of us is going to go this time? I just tried to go back and read Damon Smoke's notes for the first time in my life. I think I need to take a stability check. It's...
All right, so Nicola, you're also there in the library. What are you doing?
I mean, I guess Nicola doesn't really understand, but he sees that like Jacob is trying to get something out of the old woman, but like he's kind of gone back to keeping an eye on the stairs and I don't know, whatever was moving outside.
Okay. Sure. So you see the front door begin to like slowly open.
Somebody's coming. Maybe it's her.
Jacob will turn away from what was her name? Ravi, and look towards the doorway from the library.
Look towards the door. Yeah. So you can see like the barrel of an elephant gun like slowly like extend through the open doorway, and a man like begin like peeking inside.
All right, I'll like I'm gonna fire a shot and yell out, "Stay back!"
Okay, are you like trying to hit him or just as like a?
I mean, I guess if I'm just seeing like the barrel of a gun, I'm really just trying to like shoot at the floor near him to kind of scare him, maybe back out the door, or I don't know, keep him out.
Okay, yeah, no problem. So you fire a shot. It hits the ground, and suddenly, very like instantly, the barrel and the man like both retreat out of sight.
So yeah, we might have to take that secret passage.
Okay. What are you doing? What are you doing, Janet?
So actually, Janet's wondering, as one does, if it would be ridiculous to think that the name Ramon might be the same as Raymond, or that if somebody heard the name Ramon, they would write the name Raymond by accident.
Oh, maybe.
Is that a thing that could be going on here?
It's possible, yeah. Where? I see Ramon.
Well, the only person I could think of that Ramon could be talking about is Echevarria.
So where do you see Raymond?
Oh, on Damon Smoke's notes.
Oh,
about who
did
Echevarria
Damon
is.
Smoke make that? Damon Smoke absolutely could have made that mistake.
That's all I'm asking. That's
Okay,
all I'm asking.
sure.
Could somebody?
I
have
thought
done...
you were suggesting that one of the clues had
Oh
like,
no, not like when the date was slightly off or whatever. No, yeah, no, that's fine. Okay.
okay.
So I'm gonna I'm staring at this kind of wide-eyedly, and then the shot goes off from Mr. Saliba here, and I like get up, I stand up quickly, and I agree. Like it's time to go. We have to go now. We have to leave.
Okay. So I mean, I'll highlight this, but it's clear to all of you that with the massive writing in front of you is
Super important.
clearly contains highly relevant information.
Yeah, grab
But, like,
as much as you can carry there.
Yeah, I mean, is that the answer? We just like stuff as much as we can in our sacks, like.
You guys.
Yeah, let's grab. I mean, even if we can't use points to know exactly what's useful, if we grab.
I just think like 10-second timeout. Like, do you guys think? Because I don't. But do you guys see any other option here for like staying longer and getting more information out of this?
I mean,
it seems like we've gotten the point. Obviously, is kind of in a metagamey sense. Is like obviously there's some worthwhile notes here, but none of us have the relevant skills, which is unfortunate, right? That you're hopefully
or none of us can use them. Like I have library use, but I don't have.
Well, but I
Also,
feel like
I
even
mean,
library use would make you like we'd still have to like be here. For
Is
a while,
there
actually.
is there any way? So what is it? Jacob can't use library use because he's below 0 stability.
Yeah, so I'll let you make a stability check.
I was to say, is there anything that we can do to like give him some stability back enough that he can kind of point out like this note is the important one?
Yeah, I think it's fine. I'll let you spend a point.
We take turns like slapping him across the face, telling him to get it together.
Also, I mean, Jacob doesn't actually have a lot of the history with this that Janet and Nicola do. Would he know what the right book is?
So I mean,
the only thing I can tell you is that we did, like, the three of us, I think even semi in character, kind of discussed last time the idea that in this library are like the reports that we want to see from the trips across the world to find more like occult hotspots and things like that. Like,
okay,
so I'll say this. If you guys both want to spend a point of library use, we can say that between like fits of anxiety, you both managed to like sort through the material here to some degree.
But isn't the problem
Janet's like, oh my god, oh that one looks good. Oh no, oh, that one over there too.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Okay, fair enough. All right, so let me share a couple of clues here, and
I don't know. I liked my clue already. It was a pretty good clue. I was a fan.
There may be more than you guys want to digest at the moment, but
that's fine.
I'm not sure this is like exactly the time to sit and like pour over these.
Yeah,
so
I think even out of game, it's the time to do. I feel like there's a good opportunity for us to get our other investigators' heads together. In the near future.
I think the point is more to grab whatever is the most important or relevant thing, and then we'll have to connect the dots once we're not being shot at / hunted by some kind of weird demon lady.
Who's a tiger?
Demon tiger lady, yeah.
Agreed.
Those demon tiger ladies they're the worst, man.
So who's by the door?
I guess I'm at the door. I'm like calling. It's like, just grab whatever you need and let's go.
All right, hold on. I'm still sharing things here. It will take you guys probably about as long to read all this as it would take you.
Yes. Yeah. Holy crap. Okay. Yeah. Let's not. No.
Yeah. So why don't you pick a number between, I think, was it 1 and 12? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Dave, pick a number.
8.
Nice.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, yeah, why don't you just take a glance at the entry under Savitry's research called Hangmadan. This is what you pick up, Dave, and begin like looking at.
I'm looking at what again?
Hangmadan.
Letter from. Wait, where is it under?
Yeah.
It's under.
Under
Savitry
Savitry research on roll 20.
Under Savitry. Okay.
Is that a person?
Savitry. Hangmadan.
That is a person.
Okay.
So yeah, so you can take a look at that, Jacob. I'll also note, Jacob, that as you begin, leafing through this notebook, you notice that scrawled in the margins around what appears to be the regular notes that are being taken are notes that seem to repeatedly refer to the ritual or Ramon's ritual. If you had to guess, you would say that this research keeps returning to the subject of what the ritual was and what its purpose was. But you can't quite. You'd have to do a more thorough reading of everything that's here to really sort of start to piece together what the conclusions were.
Okay.
All right.
So, are you guys kind of done grabbing whatever pieces of paper you need and ready to make our exit?
Yeah. So they begin like stuffing like some notebooks into their satchel there.
We have to go.
Yeah, I agree. We have to go right now.
Jacob
I
will
grab the old woman and put her in my satchel.
Jacob will turn to Ravi and say, now would be a good time to show us this secret passageway.
So she says, she like stands up to go, and from outside in the jungle, you hear a hideous howl erupt. I wish I could do it justice, but it's unearthly like anything you've ever heard. And Ravi shudders, and you get a sense of that this is not a sound that she has. This is a sound that she has heard before, and she says, "Savitry will be here soon. We should go."
That's what I've been saying.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
She didn't know that though, because you're speaking English.
Okay.
Nicholas is like in every language he knows. He's like, "Let's go, Ale, riba, riba."
All right. So she walks out the door and starts like walking down the hallway towards the other, across the balcony towards the other end of the hallway, and all of a sudden a shot rings out. And like you see like a plate on the deteriorating wall behind her like shatter, and she just continues walking like at the same pace across the hallway.
Someone is so cool under fire.
Yeah, I just say like go, and I'll like, I don't know, shoot down the other way just to try to
try to cover everybody.
Yeah, just try to
fire,
I guess
perhaps?
Yeah, just some enough suppressive fire that it hopefully slows them down enough that we can make our escape.
Okay, yeah. Sure. So can we? Yeah. So I think this is as good a point as we are going to get until the end of the session to take a break. And Dave's asked me if we could take a break, so let's take a short break, and then we will determine what happens with this the running and the shooting and the screaming.
Blame it on the Dave
and the dying.
All right.
So, like I said, so she begins walking across the balcony, for lack of a better term, and you hear a shot ring out. It shatters the plate on the wall behind her, and she keeps walking to the other side. What are the rest of you guys doing? So, Kim, you were about to open fire on the. So basically, the shot seems like it came from like the windows and the door of the front of the house.
Yeah, so I mean, I just kind of keep yell for people to keep going and squeeze off a couple of shots back in their direction. Not really aimed, and more to just kind of suppress them a little bit and hopefully make them think for a second before they come charging up the stairs.
Okay, so why don't you make a firearms check?
Sure. That's a skill that I still have points in. Six.
Okay, yeah. So you see somebody like lean out to try to take a couple of shots, and you like put a couple of rounds into the wall right next to them, and they like quickly like dive back into cover. All right. What are the rest of you guys doing?
Walking with Ravi, hopefully trying to get her to walk a little faster.
Okay, fair enough.
Get on with it, old woman.
Yeah. Jacob will say, "We are being shot at. Can you please hurry it up?"
So she disappears into what appears like it probably once was a bedroom. It's clearly been abandoned for many years. In fact, part of the ceiling is has fallen through in this part of the house, and she like pulls out. There's only one book left in the bookshelf, and she pulls at it, and you can hear like the groan of a mechanism as the shelf like pops like a half an inch off the wall and stops. Nick, if you're talking, you're muted.
That's probably why. Yeah, it wasn't muted. It's just not down. Yeah, I just said what a terrible handle.
Oh.
Like,
so
it's like suspiciously perfectly upright book in the middle of an empty bookshelf.
I mean, it's pretty clear that
nobody else is on this island.
Yeah,
I know, but like, what did we need her for? We could have figured that out.
Maybe so.
In fact,
Maybe
I'd kill her.
Okay, so what are you guys doing?
Jumping through the
Sallying ho.
Yeah, I guess
So
we're
there's no
following her.
hole. The bookshelf has swung about a half an inch off the wall.
Okay.
Oh,
I will. Jacob will put his hand in the crevice and try to, pull it out further from the wall.
you're not gonna
Okay.
hand.
So that's fine. So you're gonna have to make an athletics check. Nicola, what do you? So are you gonna try to cross the balcony as well, or?
Yeah, I'm following them. Kind of half keeping an eye back towards the stairs, but if it seems like we're, I guess, clear enough, I'll just do my best to keep up.
Okay. So.
I got a 7, including the
Solid
minus.
athletic.
Nice. Okay, cool. So you like strain and the you hear the groaning of rusting gears as you push the bookshelf enough away from the wall for you to squeeze in to a dark, drafty passage behind. Seems like covered in cobwebs and it's not very inviting. Anyways, Nicola, you scoot across the balcony as another shot rings out just as you cross it, and you can hear someone's definitely underneath the stairs where the entrances to the ballroom were, and that you can hear them like steadily advancing forward.
All right, so. Do they see this, like, bookcase thing?
No, this is inside a bedroom, not far from you, but...
Can I, like, run in there and shut the bookcase behind us?
Sure, you can try. It looks like, so as you step behind the bookcase, you can see that the gears and whatnot are are badly rusted and badly in need of repair. It would be
Some kind of mechanical repair.
Why do you taunt me with all these abilities that Gus had so many points in and never got to use? I think
I've got mechanical repair. Oh no, I used my mechanical repair.
Nicola, unfortunately, skipped the day at school where they taught like hinges of hidden passage doorways.
I know something about it.
But he can give it like a good tug.
Yeah, that's fine. All right. So you tug it closed. You don't think it comes closed all the way because the mechanism seems broken, but it's better than nothing. And as you do so, you can hear like several footsteps coming up the stairs.
No, just kind of whisper, "No, go as fast as we can," and proceed down the passage behind the bookcase.
Okay, so the passage takes is basically all a descending staircase. It's a very sharp angle. You descend and you come out in what looks like a servant's quarters or that are attached to a small kitchen, and you can see another doorway. So you can see what very clearly to you is another bookshelf that probably opens onto the first floor, you'd assume, as well as this servant's area and a small kitchen, and then another stairway that descends even further down.
We need to like exit the house, right? That's our goal here. Are we just kind of making a break forward with the documents we got?
I think so. I'm not sure really what else reasonably we
the
could do.
passage leads to the basement, right? So there's no guaranteed exit out of there. I don't know.
Well, ask the lady maybe. Where do we go? We just want to get out, right?
If she wants to get off the island, she's got to tell us where to go.
So she begins walking towards the stairway down.
All right, let's just do it.
We're sure she's leading us to an exit and not like, I don't know, to like the secret like sex dungeon or whatever it is.
It doesn't matter. Like, this is our only choice. I'll go to the secret sex dungeon and get like murdered if I have to. If it's also a chance that if there's also a chance that it's just the exit.
Jacob will say to Ravi, "Is this the way we go to get out of the house,
or is it secret sex dungeon?"
Just need to mentally prepare myself. So
he says, yes. There's an exit in the basement. Come quickly."
Very good. Let us go.
Yeah. All right.
Sure.
All right. So she leads you down to the basement. It becomes pretty apparent that as you reach the bottom floor, clearly the only reason Ravi was comfortable coming here is because she can't see. What you can see is some sort of as what could best be described as art exhibit created from the bodies of or the disemboweled bodies of several people strewn about the bottom of the basement.
Is it like tasteful?
No. So in fact, it's very strange because even so you've seen mouths growing out of people, but generally the mouths are growing out of their skin. These disemboweled remains have mouths growing out of like the viscera parts, right? Like they'll be like, a torn off arm, and the mouth sort of like extends haphazardly across the torn flesh as well as the skin. And as you step into the basement, like lithe, thin tongues begin to reach out of these body parts in like sort of a rhythmic waving at you.
That's
so.
Not right.
Why don't you guys make some stability rolls?
Are you sure?
Yeah, I thought you were gonna say that, but like, nah.
Why did I have to roll that 6 just before this?
That's what happened to me earlier.
There was another one coming.
Jacob's
Wow.
like, yeah, I've seen it all before.
Yeah. Mouths, really? Is that what we're doing?
More mouths? Like, come on.
Or did Janet roll?
Yeah. She got like a I got like an 11.
Let's see it. A 4. There we go. You guys, you don't have time to mess with this shit, so straight on through.
It's a little dim down here. I'm like, what is this? Like dirt on the
it's
ground
probably
or something? Like,
There's probably more snakes. Right. So
I hope it's snakes. I hope it's snakes. I hope it's snakes.
so many snakes.
So Ravi walks across the basement to one of those like storm doors.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
And begins like trying to press it open.
I tell her like step aside, and Nicola will kind of put his shoulder into it, trying to bust it open.
Okay, great. So Nicola, you're pretty easily able to like bust it open. There's like the doors like swing open on it with a squeak and bang against the outside. What has apparently apparently the moon has risen, and a pale moonlight shines through just enough for you to see a figure standing at the top of the short set of stairs to the top of the storm doors.
Is it a new
female
moon?
figure, and in her hands you can see a spear pointed directly at you. So this is going to come towards you. If you didn't want to get impaled, you should probably roll scuffling.
How
talking to
full
me?
is that?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'll roll scuffling. 7.
There you go. All right. So just as quick as the spear jabs at you, the woman begins to like steps away from the doorway and is out of your sight.
I'll kind of run up the stairs, I guess, and see if I can take a shot at her.
Sure. Yeah. So you can run up the stairs. You can make another stealth check.
Stealth check?
She's hiding. She's hiding from you.
4.
Okay. Yeah. So you see the tail end of her like retreating into the forest. You can take a shot, but it's going to be a little harder than it might normally be.
All right. Sniper. 7.
Sniped.
Okay, yeah. So you fire a shot into the trees, and you are, you think you are on the mark, but can't be sure.
I guess at least having hopefully scared her off for a minute or two, I wave for the rest of the group to follow me. I say, quickly, run for the coast.
The old blind woman doesn't see you wave her forward, and she stays in the basement forever.
Okay, who's in the back?
I'll be in the back.
Sure, fair enough. Okay, so Jacob, you hear footsteps rushing down the stairway behind you.
Okay, I turn around.
What did I just say about run?
Yeah.
I'll say I glance back, not like a.
So you hear them. It sounds like they're coming down from the second floor. It's not like
just keep going. Just
all right, yeah, no, then definitely. If I can't like see anything right directly, coming right at me, then yeah, we're just gonna keep running.
All right, so here's the thing. Here's what I want to do. As soon as everybody is up out of the storm doors, can I close them and maybe even spend a point of preparedness to maybe have a set of chains nearby that I can kind of wrap around the door
there could
handles?
just be like a branch on the ground we could find.
Thick branch. Chains are better.
Sure, yeah, you can have. I think maybe a rope would be more appropriate than a chain. People walk around with like chains. Really?
Well, I was gonna say to have like some chains maybe nearby on the ground, or an iron bar, or I don't know,
like
anything that I can kind of,
or something like a gardening tool.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you can find there's discarded fire poker.
Who doesn't just have chains lying around for raising dragons? Or,
yeah, what kind of terrible sex dungeon is this?
He's really got to step up their game.
You know,
It's
there
just-
might have been
it's
in the
nothing-
basement, but you guys really just, you had.
That was actually
It's-
like the most detailed scene in this Kokrook Island is the sex
Nothing but
dungeon.
tongues
but
down here.
we skipped it.
Okay.
All right, yeah. I shoved
are
the
your lady
fire
run
poker kind of into the door handles to hopefully slow them down, and then yell at or run after the rest.
Okay, yeah.
Did she run off in the direction of the path we need to take back to the dock, or in a different direction?
It's just
Yeah,
so
she ran
random.
up in that direction.
All right, great.
Give me a hot sec, guys.
Sure.
So, how's everybody doing?
You know, running for our lives.
Nice.
What are you doing? You back?
Oh, I'm good. Oh my God, Dave just reappeared.
All right. Yeah. So what are you guys doing?
I think we're heading, unfortunately, after her.
No.
Okay. Who?
Yeah. Well, her. You mean the mother, right?
No, the daughter.
What? Why?
She's going where we need to go.
Is she?
Yeah, she ran up in that direction.
She ran in the direction that we need to go in order to get back to the dock.
All right. Well, yeah. Let's just run towards the docks.
Towards our
All right.
room.
So I will ask all of you guys for athletics checks. We'll see how it goes.
No.
Or fleeing. Fleeing's okay here.
Oh, Fleeing's okay here?
Fleeing's okay here. Yeah.
I have a lot more
Cool.
fleeing points.
Yeah.
Eight. Flee the shit out of this motherfucker.
Ooh,
I also got an 8.
Wow.
I got a 3.
Okay,
Ooh,
great.
Jake.
Glad.
Oh.
Finally. Jeez.
Well,
Oh, this is going to be a boring. You guys all make it. It's fine. Go home.
somebody
well,
had
I
to
mean,
die,
like,
right?
come on.
My money was on Jacob to die, anyways. So
Oh, that's harsh. I mean, my money was too, but like that's harsh.
So you guys begin like a quick trot into the forest, trying to make your way back towards the coast. And after a few moments, you hear like a banging on the storm door, followed by a couple of shots, and then the same squeak and crash of the doors against the side of the house.
I'm just curious why they didn't just like walk right back out the front door.
they're chasing us.
Anyways,
Yeah, I know, but
through the trees, at the very farthest point that you could, you can see several figures like run out of the storm door and into the jungle behind you. But you begin fleeing through the night in the jungle. All of a sudden, so you guys are let's see, Janet and Nicola, you're fleeing with Ravi. She's a little bit slower. Are you trying to help her, or is it like?
Sure.
Well-
Yeah.
yeah, I mean that's kind of what I figured I was doing. I'm sort of like arm linked with her, like pulling her along as fast as I can.
Okay, so you begin like tramping through through the vines, ignoring whatever sort of jungle wildlife you pretend doesn't exist, and you guys stop for just a second to catch your breath, and you notice that Jacob isn't with you.
I shed a tear and run for the dock. No,
Say a
I
prayer.
say, my God, Nicola, where's Jacob?
I thought he was right behind us. I'll kind of like call out, like not like full on yelling, but just so maybe he's like around that tree right over there. He's like, Jacob.
Hello?
All right, so
Hello?
Jacob, you're like running through the forest, and you all of a sudden notice that you're kind of lost, and you don't exactly know where your friends are. So what is your?
Is lost on an island with monsters.
I mean, looking around me, just jungle everywhere, or is there anything?
So ahead you see a small clearing, and as you're like peering into the moonlight, you see a figure like drop down from a tree into the clearing ahead of you. She's got like a long spear in her hand.
I'd just kill myself right now.
Ooh.
So as you're standing there, the woman, you hear a strange noise emit from what you can only call her body. She like kind of like rolls back her shoulders in an almost unnatural way, and she's got like sort of a traditional Thai dress on. She pulls the shoulder off one side and the other, exposing her her naked body, and you can see from somewhere down near her hip up to her shoulder is a huge mouth with gnarled teeth. The mouth slowly like pulls back its mouthy lips in a rictus, and you can see a large fleshy tongue sort of extend from her body. She kind of like leans forward onto it, and like rolls her shoulders again. You hear like a crack and pop of bones, and she begins to gallop forward on three limbs now.
That's just not cool, dude. That's just not cool. Like I'm gonna leave now.
We're saying that tongue is actually helping her go faster. That just doesn't.
More stable, in the jungle. All right, so I don't know, Jacob. Do you think you should roll a stability check? Is that all right? Would be okay with that?
Everyday normal.
I think that would require a stability check.
I think it would.
This poor guy's gonna like pass out and die.
Okay, so you are only going to take one stability damage for your successful stability check.
Okay.
So yeah.
And losing any stability while you have negative is an immediate loss of sanity. Is that right?
No, I don't think so. I think if you go negative, your score.
No, so as soon as you went to 0, you lost 1. But I don't think you just keep losing sanity every time you go. It's only when you've then hit the up.
I think if you hit like your sanity pool negative, then you like something really bad happens. Either you lose control of your character or you're permanently insane or something like that.
Right. Okay. Well, I guess Jacob is gonna try to shoot at this thing. I don't think he's got much options here.
That's true.
I will just to call out options here. She's not running directly towards you.
Oh, she's not?
No.
She's
sort of galloping into the jungle, not in your direction, but like not like she sees you.
She's not charging you down.
I would say like probably at a 30-degree angle to you.
I'm still not sure that you have much choice here, Jacob, but I guess it's up to you.
How close?
Probably
like, if I were to wait for her to get to me, am I waiting for a minute? Am I waiting for 30 seconds?
Oh, maybe 15 seconds.
15 seconds?
She's close by, dude.
I dive out of the way.
It's not like she's going to run you over. She would run through the forest maybe, if you could guess, maybe 15 or 20 feet from the spot where you stand.
Okay. Well, like, I kind of want to make a quick movement to make that distance, that 30-degree angle, much, much larger, like get her away and see if
running away.
Yeah, I mean,
that's the worst description of that I've ever heard.
Well, because if I just run, she's going to catch me because she's got 3 limbs. So I want to be able to see if she's following me so I can shoot at her.
So are you trying to do this like quietly, or is this just like...
No, I'm not trying to do this. I mean, she sees me, right? Like,
no, you don't know that she sees you. You're not sure of that.
You saw her. You're like peering through the jungle.
Yeah, you're in the jungle. She's in the clearing.
Oh, okay. I thought she like clearly just saw me and was...
No.
I really love that though. No, I'm not running away. I'm just going to increase the distance between us as much as possible.
Quickly.
Right, so Jacob will draw his gun and wait.
Okay. So she begins like climbing through the trees. When I say galloping, like like an arm reaches up overhand to swing off a branch, and a tongue will loop over a log and like sort of lift her over it. But she sort of slows as she nears the point between you. I assume you're what, like huddled up against a tree.
Yeah.
She she lifts her head upward and begins like sniffing the air.
I have. Oh wait, those are. I was gonna say I have a lot of points in conceal, but those are probably not usable at the moment.
The
It's a general ability. Oh
the,
no, but
the upside
Wait,
of
is it-
potentially Jacob getting like murdered by this chick right now is that he won't actually get to like tell us about this horrifying creature. So
Right.
is that the as you
And
said that's
she'll
the
be-
upside?
she'll be
that's an
busy, like,
upside.
eating-
Yes, that's a huge bonus.
So conceal is a general ability. I have. So can I make? Can I make a conceal spend?
So I think generally for this it would be stealth. Conceal, I
Oh.
think is you don't have any stealth.
No.
I think
Yeah,
stealth
all
is
right.
Conceal, I think,
stealth
means
is
to literally conceal something. Stealth is like
it's like if you're trying to like
Yeah.
hide a gun in your waistband or or
exactly.
smuggle some item. Stealth is like you trying to stay.
Yeah.
You could still make a roll. It's a general ability. You don't have to have points in it.
It's dark and you're desperate, so I'll say I'll allow conceal in this situation just because I'm generous. And it'll make your inevitable demise all the more
That's
satisfying.
what I was just gonna say. You're not generous. You just want to make it really crazy when he still dies.
I see. I
Really
see.
dramatic. You're like, oh yeah, nice spend. Oh, you're dead.
Okay, there we go. Okay, so you get an 8. All right, so she like lifts her head up. You can tell that she's listening for something, and you can feel your breath catch in your throat. And your own hearing is just filled with the pounding of your own heart. And all of a sudden, away some distance in the forest, you hear a crack, and someone, clearly a human voice, say something almost inaudible. And she sort of like races off after it.
Oh god, I think we have to.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, Nicola calls out, Jacob. All right, we tried. Let's go.
I have a bad feeling about this. Let's go.
All right, so
Jacob stays there for like a solid 20 seconds. Like
solid 27 years.
This is my life now.
I live
We're,
here.
just,
I'll
we're
just
actually
live in-
next week is just the prologue, and it's just about Jacob on the island later.
Everything was fine after that. I don't know why you guys dislike this island so much.
Also, Jacob on the island later. The prologue is just called Lost. So like,
Fast forward to 2017, a bunch of people find a skeleton in a tree.
Fair enough. Okay, so Nicola and Janet, you hear
I don't get it.
All right, go ahead.
A live? How do you a live?
Okay. All right. Anyways, okay. So, regardless, you guys are like have stopped to catch your breath for a second, and you hear something crashing through the forest towards you.
I wonder what that could be, Mr. Saliva. Yes, I
Jacob
mean, like,
run!
I'm like, oh, there's Jacob.
Wait, remind me again. Does Jacob have 2 legs or 3 legs?
So, and you can hear Ravi's like head snaps to that in that direction.
I say, Nicola, we have to leave him. Let's get out of here.
All right, yeah. Nicola will start to bolt.
Oh wait, take this old lady. Give her a piggyback ride or something. I can't carry her.
Right, fine. Yeah, I'll try to pick up Ravi and.
Okay, so
Run as fast
you
as I
guys can both roll fleeing. Although I will tell you that Ravi will definitely hurt your roll here.
All right, I get a
Let's see.
6.
I don't have any fleeing. I know I do have fleeing.
Quickly plowing through my fleeing points here.
I got a 7.
There you go. Okay, so Nicola, you begin to flee through the forest, pulling Ravi along, but it becomes quickly apparent that she's just too slow, and whatever is chasing you is just much quicker than she is. So I will let you have a choice here. If you want, you can just leave her behind, or you can not do that.
I'm not sure leaving her behind would be fitting
Knightly?
a knight of
Knight
Malta.
of Malta.
It would
I
be
will.
fitting
I'll
a
try to
socialite of New York.
This is like a little old lady, right? She can't
Yeah,
wait.
yeah, absolutely.
I'll try
Yep.
to like. Can I try to like? I don't know. Put her on my back or pick her up or something like that instead of dragging her through the jungle. Just literally carry her.
So you
Your arm
you
like a
try to
briefcase.
pick her up. You go for a few steps before you realize you have moments to go before whatever this is bursts through the trees behind you. It's not quite working. What are you gonna do?
All right. I turn around and I say, run.
Fair enough.
And I turn around and fire my gun in the direction of the loud noises.
Okay, yeah. All right.
That's what I was going to do too.
So Nicola turns. He pulls out his gun, and just as something is about to emerge through the trees, you can see the foliage shaking and all that. Fires off a few shots, and all of a sudden a figure stumbles to the ground in front of you.
Rip Jacob.
Sterling.
So a man clutching his abdomen, where clearly a bullet hole has gone through him. He's not wearing any clothes, and he stinks very, very badly.
Oh, it's just one of those stupid pit dudes. Whatever.
Pit people.
Oh, the fucking pit people.
Guys are the worst.
He stumbles to the ground, clutching his side, blood clearly flowing out around his hand, and begins reaches his hand up to you, babbling something in Thai.
Nicola just kind of backs up, saying I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
All right, has Nicola ever shot anybody before?
I think he actually has in game.
What did I shoot?
Didn't you shoot in Malta?
In Bangkok?
But you just shoot in Malta.
You might have shot somebody in Bangkok. Oh, you definitely shot somebody in Bangkok. You killed that guy, the keeper of the mouth.
Was that me?
Was that? Oh, that was Damon.
Yeah, I don't think that was me.
All right, so
it's possible that Nicola has not up close literally shot a man and watched him die.
Yeah, but you're a knight of Malta.
Well, that makes it even worse. All right, so this man, you can see his lifeblood pouring down out onto the forest floor through this hole you've created in his abdomen, and the gravity of the situation comes home. Why don't you give me a stability check there?
As long as we can come home too, that's fine.
Plowing through the stability.
Someone get me out of this tree.
Janet is Janet is smiling because she knows that Nicola has done this guy a mercy.
All right, Nicola is fine.
It's the guy's covered in shit and mouths, and you're like, yeah, maybe death is a welcome release for him.
The right thing there, Nicola.
That's fine. Yeah. So he kind of reaches towards you, and the sight of the blood turns your stomach, but you can feel a rippling at your chest.
Yeah, wait. Why didn't we just let Nicola die? He's the one who's turning into a fucking mouth monster.
Look, we don't know where this is gonna end up. Surely there's
maybe it'll be like hers. You can hold 3 guns. Right?
I'm gonna have Frank Kearns throw you off the boat.
We just need a healthy dose of penicillin. I think we'll be fine.
Be fine? Really?
All right. Well, anyways, Nicola will kind of back up and then I guess if there's nothing else charging through the woods, just turn around and say, keep going to the docks.
Okay, so the old woman begins like going through the forest after or in front of you. Janet, you
Laugh.
so you're running through the forest, and all of a sudden, in front of you, you can see what looks like a fire through the trees.
Yeah. Where's Nicola and the old lady now in relation to me?
You're not really sure.
Oh, okay. So I just kept going.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I will. I'll slow down and approach.
Okay, so as you approach the tree line, you can see the clearing you saw before with the pits and the bonfire. The bonfire has clearly been lit, and you can see that the cage doors are all open.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I use that to orient myself, and I start heading towards the dock.
Okay, that's fine. All right, Jacob. So, after enough moments have passed, you kind of work back up as much courage as you have, and what are you going to do?
Look around and see if I see anything other than jungle that tells me anything.
You want to try to orient yourself?
Yeah, I don't know if there's a spend. I mean, I don't have.
There's a sign that says dock, but the arrow is loose, so you can't tell which way it actually is.
I don't have really any outdoorsy skills to spend.
Outdoorsman.
Preparedness. I brought a compass.
Piloting might be a directional thing. We can just roll a d6 and see how it goes.
Sure. Let's just roll.
All right, you know what? I'll roll a dice here. Let me grab my dice.
All right. He's actually going to grab a specific die.
I like this.
Okay, cool.
Hear the rattle of your dice.
All right.
Now we believe you've really rolled something. Now what's going to happen to Jacob?
All right. So you want to just start? You want to head in a random direction, Jacob?
What?
I don't know if that's what Jacob wants.
Well, okay, so to be clear, I did not see anything when I turn in a full circle. It's all jungle, right?
All jungle.
Okay, then yeah, I'm just gonna.
You just start going.
What about the moon that was above?
Sure. Okay. Fair enough.
Good point, Janet. The voice of Janet Winston Rogers comes to my head and says, "Nick, yeah."
The moon.
So for the low price of one astronomy spend, you have astronomy?
I might.
I don't know if Jacob has anything.
I'll let you spend an investigative point here.
What do you have, Jacob? I don't even know where your character is.
I'm in not the copy of Investigators, the actual Investigators.
Oh, you're in the actual Investigators. Oh, I see.
I thought that was the place to be, but apparently it wasn't.
That's what I thought, and that's where I started, but then it turned out not to be there.
All right.
Astronomy, I do have.
All right. Yeah. Well, an astronomy spend will.
Boom.
Boom. I'm gonna get off this rock.
All right. You are able to orient yourself using the moon and the stars, and you think you can determine the correct direction to go.
Okay. Let's do it. We got to roll, right? Still got to roll. Or do I just spend?
No. You got to spend.
Okay.
So
consider it spent.
You begin heading through the forest, although you can hear behind you there are clearly several people hacking their way through the forest as well.
Am I already running? If I'm not already running, I'm running.
Yeah, you're okay. There you go.
Run,
Okay.
Jacob, run.
So Nicola, you sort of like reach the this bonfire. Um, uh, and as you do, you can see Janet sort of like fleeing on the other side of the clearing. What you also see is like she's sort of like running along the tree line towards the end of the clearing, and you can see like dropping down behind her is a strange figure standing on more legs than perhaps it should.
It's just a bird. Don't worry about it.
3-legged birds.
No, it's like a stork that's standing on both its legs.
Stupid
Weird.
stork.
I'll can I try to take a shot at it, I guess?
Sure.
Where's the old lady? Where's Ravi?
She's with Nicola.
Nicola? Okay, good. I thought so.
I got a 6 firearms.
Okay, yeah. So you fire a shot, and you think you're center of mass, and the figure kind of first of all, Janet, you hear a shot ring out behind you. You're pretty sure you hit Nicola. You're not sure if it was like dead center, but the figure kind of like falls to one knee, or more than one knee, perhaps. Before like turning back to like sneer at you, and then diving into the forest.
Yeah, I'll just run. Like keep running. I think I got it. Or
yeah.
Whatever.
Sure.
That bird.
Okay. So you guys continue running towards the boat. Jacob, you can hear people, crashing through the forest behind you, you're sort of like, running, and all of a sudden, you're vaulting over like a log, and you can see that the log is wet on top of it.
I don't care.
Well, so as you pull your hands up, you can see that they're covered in thick, oily blood.
Oily blood.
Yep.
That's curious. I don't care.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think Jacob has any like care for that. He's trying to get to the boat. Yeah.
Okay. All right, sure. So you continue fleeing. Janet and Nicola, you guys sort of tugging Ravi along behind you, reach what looks like the shed with the dock beyond.
Yeah.
You can see that there's a woman standing sort of in the what would be the road ahead of you, 2 legs, sort of like shivering, like holding herself.
Okay. Nicola, I hold up my hand. I say, Nicola, I think you should shoot her again.
Sorry, so the 3-legged beast is coming again?
No, there's a 2-legged woman in front of us, like blocking the road.
Wait, just a regular woman?
Appears to be.
I don't buy that. I think we need to get out of here. We're already helping one woman out of here. They don't need more burdens. Just shoot her. And
it's not Ravi. Is Ravi still with us?
Yeah, Ravi's with
us.
No, I assume it's her daughter.
The 3-legged beast was her daughter.
Well, yeah, but she may not be 3-legged at the moment, especially after you wounded her.
All right, I'll
beast.
I emotionally wounded her.
Yeah, exactly. She was hurt.
All right, I kind of put my pistol up and I'll call out. Put your hands up.
So the figure just sort of like stands there shivering.
All right, let's just send Ravi to talk to her. Everything will be fine.
What does the woman look like?
Savitri?
Yeah.
So she looks like a, like a sort of a. She's a Thai woman. I think I probably have a picture. I don't know if I put it on Roll20. I probably didn't. Yeah, I don't think I did. Did I? Oh, I did. Here we go. There's a picture of her in Bangkok, in characters Bangkok.
I don't.
Oh, and here's Mother Ravi as well.
I don't know what you're saying. To look at.
So there's a section in the journal
it's in-
called
oh, it-
characters.
okay, yeah. No, I just-
subsection called Bangkok.
Yep. Oh, I see it. Okay. She's weirdly cartoonish.
Is it just me, or does she only have one arm?
Well, no, she's got at least 3 arms. that we
One of
know
those arms is a leg. All right. I don't know. I don't know if she like understands us.
She probably does.
So it's too dark to tell if this figure is that woman.
Probably is. I say, Ravi. I think your daughter's blocking our path.
Say something.
Say something to her.
Ground her.
Oh,
She
actually,
does
I don't think either Nikolai say any of that because we don't.
That's true.
spy.
That's true.
Fuck.
Well, no, I mean that was my point, is to see whether she seems to understand. She might speak more than just right? I know Ravi doesn't, but maybe the daughter does if she's the head of some
Right.
nectar
No, I assume
producing
Sirican
conglomerate.
does. Yeah, I'm sure she speaks English. All right, well, say what you said, Nicola. Or I think you did, and she didn't respond. Is the point?
So by the way, Janet, do you still have a flashlight?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Of course.
Shine in her eyes real quick.
All right, I do it.
All right, so you click on the flashlight and you can see this is clearly not the same woman, but this woman has a long scar from her temple down across her chin.
It's
So
not a
this
mouth.
This is not Savitri.
So as you look closely, you can see that this scar is bits of white poking out from behind the edges of the flesh.
Like teeth.
Yeah, like that.
Can we? All right. Listen. I do it. I shoot her in the face.
All right, roll firearms.
Shoot her right in the mouths.
Yeah. All of the ones that I can see. All the ones that I can see. All right, where's my? I gotta go back to
Not that having some kind of mouth wound like automatically should mean that people die. I just want to put that out there.
I don't know. Everything I've experienced on this island says the opposite of what you just said.
Just
So,
saying,
like,
everybody deserves due process and whatnot. Not this
Court of
lady,
law.
maybe, but
well, maybe so because I get
down
a
the
3.
road, we should establish some rules.
So you fire off a shot, and
she didn't respond to you, Nicholas. She's clearly threatening us.
she at that moment she bolts and runs, and Nicola, you can tell that this. So give me a sense danger roll, actually.
Me?
Yep.
Oh, how many sense danger points left? I do.
He's been sensing so much danger.
It is dangerous, guys. That's what I sense.
Warning.
I don't even know what he can sense anymore. This whole place.
Whatever
is just
danger is
fucking
out there, I
death
sense the shit out of it.
Okay, so Nicola, you can tell at the last moment. So as Janet Winston Rogers' flashlight shines on this girl's face, your danger sense kicks in, and you can tell that this is just a little too convenient, right? This is, the girl standing there right in the middle of your path of escape, and you like look to the side just as you see someone like slinking through the bushes towards you with a large spear, and it's sort of like and you can I guess what do you want to do?
Well, probably like dodge out of the way first.
Mhm.
Wasn't there something about a human shield?
And I kind of push Janet and Ravi and say, get to the boat. I'm right behind you. I'll turn around and try to take a shot.
Okay, sure, yeah.
Noble
Knightly.
Saliva, Knight of Malta. Knight of
All right.
God is
Cool. All right.
guiding my bullets.
So
here.
you fire a shot and it definitely hits like center mass, and you hear a blood congealing scream erupt from this mouth in the center of Savitree's body. Jacob, you hear this scream up ahead, not very far away, and perhaps it gives you pause. Anyway, she swings the spear at you. A moment later, knocking the pistol out of your hand,
He's got like 4 more in his hands.
and then reaches an arm up to hold the bullet wound.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care about the pistol. Does
Got
it
like
look?
6 more.
We got like a whole collection back home, I guess. Does she look like wounded enough that she would have trouble following us?
She's definitely badly wounded. That's for sure.
Can I try to like grab her spear from her?
Sure, you can roll scuffling. It's gonna be easy though. I'm gonna roll for her as well.
Plenty of scuffling. Six.
Okay. So so that's fine. So you like grab the spear and she's holding onto the spear. The difficult thing here is that she's got much better footing than you do, and
She just shot.
she is shot. So you're sort of like holding onto the spear, and as you're sort of like trying to wrestle it out of each other's hands, you become aware of someone else running through the forest, towards you guys, like trying to run past you.
We gotta get out of here.
No, I like while I'm like wrangling with her.
Sure.
And trying to kind of pull her there and get the spear away from her. I just yell back to Jenna. I say, "Just go, just go."
Oh, I'm already going. Don't worry.
Yeah. So Jacob, you're like sort of running through the forest, and you can see a couple people like up ahead, like kind of like wrestling with each other, and you can hear clearly Nicholas shouting like, "Just go, just go!"
Okay. So yeah, I mean, I'll if I can hear Nicola's voice and recognize it, Jacob will keep kind of running to get to wherever they are. And
so you can see here that like Nicola is kind of like scuffling with this creature that has more legs than a creature should have, and it's clear that like all things considered, he seems outmatched, right? Like in a hand-to-hand situation with this creature.
Jacob will, without any ability in firearms, obviously try to shoot this creature.
God.
I really thought that sentence was going for it. Jacob will, without any hesitation, head for the boat.
Leave Nicola to die.
I really thought that's where I was going.
All right, sure. Give me firearms.
So you have no rank in any firearms at all?
Oh.
All right, so you raise up your gun and you hear like a fizzle as you pull the trigger. And
what happens if his score is negative?
Fair enough. Yeah, you hear like a low thud as you pull the trigger. That does not hear like a bullet sound like a bullet going off.
Wait, so we didn't give him a loaded gun.
The trigger like fails to return to the proper position.
Uh,
Damn it, Nicola, you gave him a gun loaded with just the one bullet so he could shoot it in the ballroom.
Oh yeah, that was my Russian roulette gun. Sorry.
Fuck.
All right, and you can see Nicola like trying to like grab the spear out of this creature's hand as like the tongue leg like wraps around his ankle.
Do I
will
see Jacob?
Jacob throw the pistol to the side and run and try to tackle the.
Try to tackle?
Yeah.
All right, give me a scuffling roll here.
Where's my scuffle?
Abilities with points on them.
Okay, great. So Jacob rushes towards Savitri, and you all go down in a tumble of tongues and spears and people.
Yeah.
Nicola, you come up with the spear. After a moment, you come up with the spear in your hands. Jacob next to you, and no sign of Savitri except smears of blood along the ground.
I quickly tell Jacob, I say, we have to get out of here before she comes back. I grab him by the arm and we run down towards the boat.
Okay, so you reach as you reach the boat, you see Janet Winston Rogers. Is she what? She's I guess unmooring the boat, or is she already sailed away?
No, as you're coming forward, you hear Janet Winston Rogers like screaming down the path at you, like "Fuck! This engine has a 10-minute startup sequence."
No, that's not the case. Anyways,
yeah, fine. She's unmooring the boat.
Not the Millennium.
Actually, you look and the boat's already like 50 feet offshore.
I was gonna say it's more likely that we get down to the dock and we're like off in the distance. Oh,
Janet
how
like
did you get all the way out
turns
there?
the boat back around and picks you guys up.
Fair enough.
Oh yeah, we jump off of the dock onto the boat that's already a couple of feet off of the planks there.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So you start up the engine and begin to like speed away from the island. A few minutes later, you see several people emerge onto the docks. Most of them look like they're armed. One with what you could only assume is an elephant rifle. And moments later, you hear yet another unearthly howl from the island as you motor away. Anyways, I think that'll about do it for the Gulf of Siam, Trail of Cthulhu, Gulf of Siam. You guys have anything you want to
add? Nikolai says, I guess we made it, but I don't know whether it's gonna last. And he kind of like peeks under his like ripped shirt at the mouthy.
So you can see there's a fully developed mouth along the scar on your chest.
As the violins like swell to the last crescendo, Janet Winston Rogers, like, hair a mess, clothes torn, covered in like dirt and grime, she like pulls out of her satchel like a really important looking, like letter from the stash that they got, and kind of like gives like a triumphant look at it, and then kind of like stares off into the distance meaningfully.
It was all worth it.
Yeah.
Maybe. All right, cool. So great job, guys. And we can go over, I think you'll get some bonus points and stuff, and we can talk about refreshing stability and what we'll do for the next leg when that comes back around. But that'll about do it for Gulf of Siam. Good job, guys. I thought it was really interesting.
I thought it was
really fun.
That was great.
Journey
what a haunted island.
Yeah, a haunted island. I hope it was worth it. You got a lot of information. I think you guys need to digest that for a while, but
it's good. It's much easier for me to digest now that I have two mouths.
Yeah. There's some exciting character developments.
I'll start thinking about my next character now.
Yeah, guys, remember when we ended that session and we knew we were going to have to kill Nicola as soon as the next one started?
Fair enough.
The camera opens on Nicola's like dead body, kind of getting like
just
flipped like, over the edge of the boat into the water.
The water with the splash.
Kind of see it disappear into the depths as the mouth on his chest kind of goes. Argh.
Fair enough.
We flash to the last page in his journal where he's writing like, I really think we need to have a talk about this propensity to just like stab first and ask questions later when you see somebody with a mouth on their chest.
Fair enough.
What about
Okay,
due
cool.
process?
All right, well, that'll about do it for Live from Beyond. We're already pretty far over, so I'll let these guys get back to their evenings. Thanks for watching. If you've been watching here on Twitch TV, come check out our YouTube channel. We got all our old episodes, including all the back episodes of Eternal Lies, as well as all the other RPGs that we run. And if you're looking forward to the next thing we'll be playing, which will be Eclipse Phase, is that right? Is there a subtitle?
Well, it's Eclipse Phase Fate or Transhumanity's Fate, so the Fate version of Eclipse Phase. The we'll be running an adventure called Acrimony.
Acrimony.
Nice.
We'll look forward to that next week. As always, Tuesdays at 7:30 Eastern. Yeah, look forward to everybody's participation. Anyways, this has been Live from Beyond, and everybody have a good night.